WWE should hold off Becky Lynch's return for Raw after WrestleMania 41. Here is why. Becky Lynch has not been seen for a long time in WWE, but the company can position her return for a prominent show after WrestleMania 41. WWE Universe has missed the presence of one of the biggest WWE stars of all time, Becky Lynch, for months. The man was last seen on WWE television programming in May 2024, where she lost a steel cage match to Liv Morgan. Since then, fans have been clamoring to see Lynch resurface in the WWE landscape. However, with WrestleMania 41 season almost coming to its end, it would be much more logical to hold off the return until Raw after WrestleMania, which itself is a big show. Here are 3 reasons WWE should consider bringing back Becky Lynch on the first show after WrestleMania 41. The Raw after WrestleMania show has always been special in its own way. The event after the Mania season has always featured major surprises to continue the excitement after the end of WWE's biggest show. This year's element of surprise could be Becky Lynch's long-overdue return to the company, which could blow the roof off the arena as the fans have been wanting to see the man for a long time. Raw after WrestleMania is a star-studded show in its own right, while WrestleMania itself is a star-studded affair. The same can be said about the Raw after the show. After all, the event every year features a non-traditional audience from all over the world who are considered one of the craziest fan bases of all time. Naturally, WWE each year likes to keep its star-studded quality up for an important event like this. This year, the Stamford-based promotion can do it at the expense of the star power of Becky Lynch. The women's division on Raw can benefit from Becky Lynch's return. There is no doubt in the status and drawing power of Becky Lynch as a marquee WWE superstar. However, ever since she left, the Raw roster has seen an influx of new and talented WWE superstars like Lyra Valkyria making an impact. With an important show like the Raw after WrestleMania 41, this could mark the start of a fresh direction should Becky Lynch make her return. If she does, it could set the stage for new rivalries against younger talent who could also benefit from wrestling a top draw like the man, Becky Lynch. Latest update on Becky Lynch's WWE status. Becky Lynch has been absent from WWE programming following the reported expiration of her deal last year, last competing in a Women's World Championship match against Liv Morgan on the May 27, 2024 episode of Monday Night Raw. There have been rumblings and rumors about Lynch's WWE status ever since, with talk drumming up around both Survivor Series and Royal Rumble season, and now once again as WWE is on the road to WrestleMania 41. Fightful Select have offered a small update on Becky Lynch and her plans with WWE, with it being noted that the promotion are in discussions over plans for her return, and creative pitches are being made for the former multi-time WWE Women's World Champion. This doesn't indicate how soon she will be back, but it means that she likely will be within the next few months if WWE's creative team is actively in talks about it. It emerged last month in a report that she was being discussed for an appearance at WrestleMania 41. With all major women's stars tied up in feuds, it doesn't look as likely that she will be factored into the two-night event. Becky Lynch has been absent for months from WWE, and it would be better to hold off her return until after WrestleMania 41. Reasons WWE should hold Becky Lynch's return until after WrestleMania 41. One of the biggest WWE superstars of this generation, Becky Lynch, has not been seen on WWE television programming for a long time now. The man last competed in a steel cage against Liv Morgan in May 2024. She lost the bout, failing to regain the WWE Women's World title, and has been on an extended hiatus since then. Becky Lynch had multiple top stages, such as the Raw on Netflix debut show and the Royal Rumble PLE, to make her remarkable comeback. But new contract negotiations and Lynch's outside commitments have prevented her return from happening so far. With the road to WrestleMania 41 nearing its destination, here are 3 reasons WWE should hold off her return until after the show of shows this year. Each year, the Raw after WrestleMania is considered to be one of the biggest shows in history. The event is also marked by the return of top WWE stars who have not been seen for a long time. This would be the perfect stage for Becky Lynch's resurgence back to WWE. The man could return after the end of the WrestleMania festivities on Raw and engage in fresh storylines, as the end of WrestleMania is considered the start of a new season in WWE. Becky Lynch doesn't have a credible choice of opponent left.
How WWE should book Becky Lynch's return. It has been 9 months since we last saw Becky Lynch in WWE. Her last appearance was on Monday Night Raw back in May 2024, in a steel cage match against Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. With so much uncertainty surrounding her contract and future with the company, she decided to take some time off. Prior to taking time off, Lynch enjoyed a 32-day reign as the Women's World Champion after the title was vacated due to Rhea Ripley's shoulder injury. She was on another incredible run before we lost her for nearly a year. She was expected to return for Raw's debut on Netflix, but it has changed, and we haven't heard anything since. Then, she was expected to be a surprise entrant at the Royal Rumble, but she didn't return there either. It is likely that Lynch won't return to the company prior to WrestleMania 41. There were rumors of her returning earlier in the year that were also said to be untrue. It is clear that Lynch has re-signed a new contract with WWE. So, where has she been all of this time? In a recent interview with New York's WFAN station, her husband, Seth Rollins, commented on her not being retired and her impending return. During her time off, as Rollins alluded to, Lynch entered the entertainment world in a new way with her role in Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. Also, with Rollins' hectic travel schedule, she was spending some time at home with their daughter. With so much occurring in the women's division while she's been out, it is likely that both her and WWE Creative want to make sure the vision is right for her when she does return. There are now 2 new women's mid-card titles on both SmackDown and Raw. It creates all sorts of opportunities for Lynch when she finally comes back. Since it has been nearly a year since her last appearance on WWE television, the best time to bring her back would either be WrestleMania 41 or SummerSlam. Although some of the women's divisions are thriving, it still feels like there's some star power missing. As a 5-time Women's World Champion, and 2-time WWE Women's Champion, Lynch is a huge missing piece for the division. While the sooner she is brought back, the better. If you're WWE, there's no way you want it to feel rushed either. A return at WrestleMania 41 after the conclusion of the Women's World Championship match would receive a huge pop from the crowd in Las Vegas. That event will likely be a triple threat between Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Ripley, and what better ending than a face-off between the winner and Lynch. Booking Becky Lynch's WWE return logically, the most fitting way to book Lynch's return would be to revisit her feud with Morgan. Given she was the last one to defeat her and brag about retiring, Morgan has to be the first on Lynch's hit list. Much of the hate for Charlotte Flair is when she misses time and comes back and instantly receives a title shot. WWE doesn't want to create the same friction with Lynch, as she is arguably one of the biggest babyfaces in their division. Let her come back and finish off Morgan in the Judgment Day once and for all. Once she finishes her business with Morgan, she can move on to some championship gold once again. Whether she gets drafted to SmackDown for a fresh start at the WWE Draft, or she stays on Raw, there are now 4 women's singles titles. Lyra Valkyria and Lynch have a bit of history on WWE NXT, when Valkyria defeated Lynch to become the NXT Women's Champion at Halloween Havoc back in 2023. Perhaps the 2 Irish-born women will revisit their feud and give us another fantastic match. She would also be a great option to dethrone Chelsea Green for the Women's United States Championship. The women's WWE mid-card titles could both use some prestige, and putting the belt on a future Hall of Famer like Lynch would be a great way to lift the title's prestige. Seth Rollins confirms Becky Lynch will return to WWE. Becky Lynch has been absent from WWE television since May 2024, taking time off to pursue Hollywood projects. However, despite her hiatus, fans continue to anticipate her return, as she remains under contract with WWE. During an interview with WFAN, Lynch's husband, Seth Rollins, addressed her WWE future, confirming that she will be back, though no exact return date has been set. She took a few months off. She did some television projects, and so she's gearing up to get ready to come back. Don't know when that's going to happen just yet, but I mean, she is active, yes. I will not say she is retired. She's not mentioned anything about retirement. There are future plans for her in professional wrestling. With Lynch still in WWE's long-term plans, the timing of her return remains a mystery, but Rollins' comments put to rest any speculation about retirement.